Sam Harris is a neocon with an atheist theme. He selectively bashes on the evils of religion as long as it's not Zionism. Zionism is a political ideology, but it's chock full of religion at its base. You can't really separate the two. I guess he still has a childish tribal attachment to Judaism, even though supposedly he's not religious. He adopts a genetic loyalty to an ethnicity and nationalism, which is every bit as stupid as being a religious zealot. Other than the Second Iraq War, he has supported every single neocon talking point and war since. But he never has to argue with anyone who can challenge him on those scare tactics and lies, because he safely argues with religious retards or people who really don't know anything about politics, history, or philosophy. There is no excuse, for example, for Israel to maintain Jewish-only colonies in the West Bank, which is only one of many examples of their evil and religious-based fuckery. But not a peep from Sam, who's supposedly showing the wickedness of religion. If it's Islam or Christianity doing something wicked, even from 300 years ago, Sam will be there and he'll be all over it. But if you point to Israel's ongoing military occupation, which is right in front of your face, Sam's going to ignore it or even defend it. He's not going to point at the evils of Zionism, religious zealots that believe God is a real estate agent who awarded them racially exclusive land so they can build Jewish-only colonies, bulldoze down the homes of Palestinians, shoot them if they resist or throw them in jail, and then drive on Jewish-only roads and go to Jewish-only schools. It's worse than the white apartheid of South Africa. And it's not really an occupation, it's more like an annexation, because it's been 40 years. It's not a temporary kind of thing. And this is fueled by religion. Religious Christians and Jews who believe that God gave them that land, and that only the chosen race of God, this is religiously God-ordained racism, only the chosen race of God can live on this land, because it's in the Bible and it's in the Torah. Forget about people's private property. Forget about the people who have been living there for 1,000 years consecutively. People who were living there before Christianity was invented. People who were living there before Judaism was invented. They were Philistines in the Bible. They're Palestinians now. You cannot just murder people and destroy their property and burn their farms and everything else and racially replace them, manifest destiny style. How does it happen in 2014? And Sam's not a dumb guy, so you know he's aware of this, yet he supports all this prejudice. Now, either it's because he is secretly a religious zealot. I don't think he's religious in the sense of believing in the supernatural stuff, but he does cling on to the parts that he wants to continue to believe in. Or he knows criticizing Israel's a taboo thing, and you can forget about it and you only want to go on the safe issues. It's okay to bash on Islam. It's very okay to bash on Christianity, but you can't bash on Judaism because somebody will call you a self-hating Jew or anti-Semitic or whatever, even though one is an ethnicity, the other is a nation with a religion which is absolutely as violent as the Wahhabis and everyone else. See, it's fine to criticize Saudi Arabia, you won't get in any trouble, and fuck Saudi Arabia. And it's fine to criticize Christian zealots, and fuck them too. But how come you can't talk about Jewish zealots? You know why. And Sam knows why. And he's part of the tribe. And I think, for all his chest pounding about being so great because he's an atheist, which is really fucking common sense, anybody with a IQ in the double digits or higher can understand, if they haven't been brainwashed, that all these stories about talking animals and the shit that you find in religion is crap. It's not a real big accomplishment, especially if you're raised an atheist. And then you didn't even have to overcome anything. But he hasn't got over his tribal loyalty, which I think is pathetic.